Greetings and welcome to Cooking Up Aptatious Advice with Dr. June. And today we have Taylor. Of course, we're not cooking up a dish. We don't have a chef in an audience. However, we do have donation from Little Caesar.
Pizza, pizza.
Pizza, pizza. Yes. And we want to thank them. Little Caesars of Wesley Chapel. I love going there. Every time I go there, they're so clean. They're always washing their hands. It's just like fantastic. So we want to thank them today for donating our pizza. So join us and let's dish.
Hold on, it's gonna be alright. Hold on, it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright.
Today, we're going to talk about dating during the pandemic. And we have my mature self, and we have a young lady who is going to share her opinion and her ideas. So, Taylor, take it away.
All right. So one thing that I've noticed that in my age bracket, we have to be, or we've gotten better with communication. We've gotten very creative on how we interact with one another. And you can also tell what people's intentions are just by their conversation. And one thing that I've noticed is that people, they don't know how to hold meaningful conversations unless they're truly interested in you.
Wow. You know what, Taylor? Someone told me, actually more than one person, has said when they met their significant other, one thing that attracted them was the conversation. They say something like, we talked for hours, or we talked all night, or something like that. So that's a very good point. So even pre-COVID, that was important. So it's especially important now.
Especially now. Making that connection through a telephone, I think that's what makes it, actually might be more special and intimate, because if you can make a connection, via phone, can you make a connection, is it
that's
the same?
A really good point.
Is it the same when you meet? I don't know.
Wowza. That's
Yeah.
a really good point. This is what my thing is. Before, people were a little more, I don't know the word, careful
Okay.
in their, asking of certain personal questions. But I think that now you just have to jump into it.
So timing.
Were you
The
tested?
timing, yeah.
Were you tested?
Me? I was tested, yes.
But that's what you have to ask. Were you tested? Are you positive? Were you ever positive? Whatever. And, people are afraid to talk about that, but it's scary. You said something earlier about, have you been traveling, what you've been doing, because some people are asymptomatic. So now you can't just, kind of tread lightly. I think
Right.
you have to jump right into it.
And then you also have to be comfortable with answering those type of questions, just because you have to just understand where other people are coming from.
Right,
So
right.
maybe also the heightened mindset of understanding
Ooh,
and being open
good.
to those conversations. I think that's definitely key, especially now.
I think that also tells you something about the person, because if you're a person who's concerned and the person you're talking to does not seem to be concerned, or maybe a little bit offended, like, why are you asking me that? Do you think I'm contagious, or whatever the case may be? That could be a sign that you're not compatible, because they're not of the same mindset that you
Right.
are. So these are things. Now, here's another one. How do you date? Like, maybe you're already in a relationship and you're used to having date night or something like that. And so it's like going out or
Yeah.
trying to plan a date or something. You have to be creative.
Yeah, you definitely have to push the limits. I've heard some people do the drive-in movie theaters. Just you stay in the car, kind of, or just kind of plan activities. I know, like maybe arts and crafts. type
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. You know what? My husband and I, we did an indoor picnic. Yeah, and we did it at night, so it was really date night, an indoor picnic at night. So, just coming up with different things to do, even when you're walking, maybe find a different path to walk,
That's
something
true.
like that. So, coming up with different ideas.
Right.
So, I just came up with an idea. Why don't you share with us, right?
Yes.
What
yes.
your ideas are, what you've done to make dating during the pandemic a little bit more interesting, a little
Right.
bit more creative. Just drop your answers right down below us. Don't forget to subscribe and share. And we will look and talk to you next time on Cooking Up Advice.
Bye.
Hold on, it's gonna be alright. Hold on, it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright.